With organizations having such a reliance upon technology to conduct business today, they are creating, collecting and storing increasing amounts of information. IT policies set the expectations within an organization regarding the use of information and technology. Think of IT policies as the equivalent of the road code, or highway code for computer users. Information security isn't just an IT thing. It impacts everyone across the organization and needs to be communicated to everyone. Policies also meet other organizational requirements, including the ability to demonstrate compliance with standards and regulations. People like having clearly defined bounds to work within. And when we have clearly defined policy, it actually acts as an enabler because we have already worked through the access requirements and the means of mitigating access control risks. Everything starts with policy, or standards if the word policy is off-putting. Once we have the rules for use and protection of information, we can go on to develop the practical methods for protection and control. Policies that sit on a shelf are a waste of time. The simplest way to disseminate policy content is to put it on a website that can be easily accessed by all team members. Our organization has deployed such a system. Let's take a walkthrough so that you can understand how to use it as a reference point or tool when required. Policy management as a service from Protocol Policy Systems allows an organization to develop, deliver and maintain a comprehensive suite of IT policies, branded and customized to meet its IT security requirements. For the life of your subscription, Protocol Policy Systems help you to keep the contents of the system up to date. All aspects such as policy statement additions or changes, standards mapping and the updating of terminology are taken care of by our team on your behalf. Our cloud-based service is designed to be easy to navigate so all users, managers and technical people can easily access the system contents. Policies specific to these three groups of people can be selected from the left menu. This list is a sample overview of the policies we provide for standard users, managers and technical people. A typical customer implementation sees up to 25 policies being deployed. If your organization has some existing policy content that it wishes to incorporate into the IT policy system, then this can be catered for at build time. Let's select a user policy example and take a close look at what information is provided. This example is formatted to comply with the ISO 27002 standard, so that the content includes a statement of purpose, scope, and the actual policy statement. The statement wording has been written in plain English by policy editors, so the detail is easy to read and understand. During our on-site policy workshop, you have the option to either accept the wording put forward, or tailor it to reflect what occurs in your organization, or to not include this detail at all, as the policy is not currently relevant to your organization. If a user wishes to get a more detailed understanding about why your organization has selected a particular policy for use, then they can select the explanation button. All the policies in the system are mapped to current industry standards, and we provide on-screen buttons so you can drill down from each policy to view the specific standards detail. By default, all the systems we supply will map your policy suite to ISO 27002. There are also options to map to the ISO 22313 Business Continuity Standard. The ISO 27017 standard, which is focused on the use of cloud-delivered services. ISO 29151, which is key to demonstrating adherence to GDPR, or the principles of protecting personally identifiable information. PCI DSS standard. And the Essential 8 for the Australian Signals Directorate. Demonstrating compliance to standards and best practice is therefore made very easy with the Protocol Policy System. Throughout the system we use a range of on-screen button types, where appropriate, to hyperlink from the policy content to useful forms or guidelines stored on the system, or to process and procedural content. The content of each policy can be printed in PDF format by selecting the print option on the top right-hand side of the screen. These forms are branded as per your organization's requirements. We can also store your forms to integrate with your document management system if you need to keep a store or repository of these forms there. Let's take a quick look at the other key elements of the protocol policy system. The glossary of terms menu. Key terms and their definition can be found listed in this glossary section. Our navigation menu, as the name suggests, gives you details on how to find your way around the system. You can search for specific topic information in this section, and then link through and view relevant policy content. This menu option allows you to view a tutorial video of the policy system. The Top Tips section provides some good advice on the use of systems and software in the workplace. There are also a selection of security awareness training videos in this section. Guidelines, Forms and Other Documents menu. The protocol policy system ships with a comprehensive range of pre-prepared forms as standard. Alternatively, if you have existing forms, we can incorporate them into the system. Should you have a preference to store all the forms on your organization's document management system, this can readily be configured using a hyperlink from the policy system. Also, you can find a selection of guidelines in this section. Procedures and processes. As the name suggests, this section allows us to store procedural and process documentation. We provide a procedural document for handling a security incident by default in this section. We can also include a library of workflow processes and procedural diagrams which clients can purchase as an option. These diagrams can be customized by our team for use in your particular environment. Legislation. The policy system also lists the latest legislation or statutes applicable to your organization and jurisdiction. If you would like to get further information on how we can assist your organization, then feel free to contact us by email, and a representative will book a time to call you for a further discussion. Thank you.